Life is an illusion. Smoke and mirrors. I try not to think about it, but ever so often it hits home. Like last week, when I was at Craig's home, his first home. We were talking about everything we'd had to do to get him out of the hostel and into his own flat. Oh, the countless visits to the council, who fired the same old tired questions at us. Questions I'd heard 100 times before. Can't he stay with family? Can't he stay with friends? Can't he stop bothering us? No, no, and no. The housing officer looked at us with distaste, but we stood firm, and soon we stood in Craig's front room. He was so happy. I had to leave. Wordlessly, I walked home, past the houses that hummed with life and love, and back to my bedsit, back to my loneliness, back to my 2 sets of good clothes, back to my insomnia, back to my flask, back to pretending to be a fully functioning adult. How did this happen? When did my life become a lie? I'm not sure. There wasn't a big reveal, like no hey presto moment. It just gradually became a sickening creep. There was a time when I had everything, and then my little sister died. The first domino to fall, and then alcohol followed, and then an affair, and guilt, and alcohol, and debt, and divorce, and alcohol. The only thing I managed to cling on to was my job, a support worker. You couldn't make it up. I'd go into work, determined to share nothing with nobody, but give everything to the young people I worked with. And I was so proud of their achievements. Malik's college course, Natasha's growing sense of self-esteem, Craig's flat. I was so proud, if not a little envious. Occasionally colleagues would wonder about me, wondered why I never came out with them. Never talked about home, never talked about family, but I just smiled and shrugged, knowing that, like everybody else who worked in the local authority, they would soon be off to pastures new. Not me, though. I had no lofty ambitions of flying high. Just wanted to stay afloat. It's exhausting maintaining the illusion. Hidden hangovers, communal kitchens, strip washes from hand basins. So much energy to stay in one place. And not a very nice place. Some days it's hard to keep going. And yesterday was looking like one of those days. I'd woken up not knowing the time, not knowing the day. I'm not sure I knew what year it was. Fighting the nausea, the spinning head, the blurred vision. I reached for my watch. 11 o'clock. I should have been in a meeting an hour ago. Work was a 20-minute walk away, and I could hear the rain hammering down. I couldn't face it. It didn't happen often. Stumbling into the kitchen, I was aware of someone hovering in the corner, but having long since given up trying to build connections with the characters who passed through, I ignored them and went to the fridge. Mary, she said. She was right. I was Mary. It's me, Natasha. I wanted to run away from that bedsit, run away from Natasha, because her presence in that kitchen meant that not only had she seen a glimpse behind the facade of my life, but more importantly, she had not managed to break free of the magnetic pull of her own. What are you doing here? She asked. I was in my pyjamas with a bowl of Cocoa Pops, so my usual sleight of hand wasn't going to save me now. I began, but was saved by the arrival of another person, a young boy. It's perfect, he said to Natasha. When can I move in? She's the best support worker I've ever had, the boy proudly told me. Natasha blushed, but not because of the boy, because of me. Since our work together, she explained, she'd always wanted to be like me, to help others like I helped her. She wanted to work alongside me. A magician's assistant, I thought. You can live without a house. You can live without a bath. You can live without 3 sets of clothes and a flask full of vodka. But you can't live without hope. Natasha gave me hope. And so I live.